Good afternoon. My name is Wanda Reed. My partner Shamika Randison and I will be presenting Chapter 9 Impact on Fluids and Beverages on Nutritional Health. This chapter discusses selected beverages and evaluates their impact on nutrition health. Adults consume and excrete anywhere from 1.5 to 3 quarts of water a day. Beverages can be a significant source of our calories and nutrients. Hard water. Hard water comes from shallow ground and contains a lot of minerals. These minerals consist of primary calcium and magnesium. Soap and hard water don't mix well. The minerals in the hard water reacts with soap, leaving your laundry dingy and a ring in your bathtub. Hard water contains less sodium. Salt water, on the other hand, is high levels of sodium. Salt water generally flows from deep in the earth and has high level of sodium. Salt water is gentle on your skin and make it easier for soap to lather. It's more beneficial, um, ideal for washing your clothes. If you notice when you go to a hotel, the water is a little hotter. Me myself, I use my own soap and it doesn't lather as well as it does from the water that I have at home. So the water's a little rough in a hotel versus the soft water that I have at home. Bottled water. Bottled water is one of America's most popular drinks. It costs $12 billion a year, which most people spend on water. Convenient and easily stored, it comes from the same water supply as tap water. Bottled water is convenient and very tasty than tap water. Bottled water is regulated by the FDA, not the EPA. FDA does not require high standards of quality, filtered, but does not make it safer. You should always look for the trademark IBWA, which stands for International Bottled Water Association. And if you look to the chart to the right, it just gives you some information about the disinfectant required between the tap water and the bottled water. The bacteria test that tests per month between tap water and bottled water. You see the tap water is 100, bottled water is 4. Must test for different viruses, Giardia. Tap water is tested, bottled water no. Types of bottled water. Water types are artesian or artesian well water, mineral water, purified water, and sparkling water. Water is drawn from a well that taps a confined water-bearing rock, so that's your type of well water. Mineral water contains at least 250 parts per million dissolved solids. Purified water, all the minerals have been removed, and sparkling water is collected from a spring derived underground. Me, myself, I prefer Aquafina water versus any other water. I feel like Deer Park water is a little hard on my stomach. It makes me feel a little bloated or full all the time when I drink, and I can only drink like a half bottle of that water. Juices. Juices is a great source of antioxidants, helping prevent cardiovascular disease. Orange juice is the most nutrient-based juice. Citric juice is rich in vitamins, potassium, and low sodium. Cranberry juice contains phytochemicals helping cause of cancer. Citric juice and when it's rich in vitamins, we're talking about your vitamin C and your folate. And other sources are tomato juice, and the product of tomato juice is rich in nutrients and phytochemicals, lycopene. But if you notice tomato juice, if you have high blood pressure, it has a lot of sodium in it, so people with high blood pressure is better off with the low sodium tomato juice. Milk. Milk provides a significant amount of nutrients, being a nutrient dense food producing a high concentration of nutrients. Good source includes dairy products, which have the highest concentration per serving of highly absorbable calcium. And when we talk about your dairy products, we're talking about, of course, milk, your yogurt, ice cream. Um, the benefits in facilitating weight reduction is by having a high intake of milk. Ages 12 to 19, average intake declined by a half of cup, and lower intake causes higher amounts of body fat. So, caffeine. Caffeine is a chemical compound containing four of the most common elements. It contains 8 carbons, 10 hydrogens, 4 nitrogen, and 2 oxygen. Caffeine is a stimulant to the central nervous system. Consuming too much caffeine can become habit forming. Researchers found a condition called caffeine dependence syndrome, which can cause you to have withdrawals, which causes headaches and fatigue. Caffeine consumption, despite knowing that it can be harmful. You can try to prevent withdrawals and their symptoms by gradually weaning yourself off. I know firsthand from experience I can't stop caffeine cold turkey or I will develop headaches. So if I drink coffee, I have to gradually wean myself off of it so I won't develop the headache. Next, in this slide, we're going to talk about caffeinated beverages such as coffee, tea, cocoa, soft drinks, and later on in our slides, we'll be talking about the different functional beverages. Coffee. Coffee is the most widely consumed beverage in the world. Everybody loves coffee. Well, not everybody, but most people. Researchers show that coffee drinkers versus non-coffee drinkers are less likely to develop type 2 diabetes, stroke, and depression. Habitual coffee drinkers, meaning people who drink coffee every day, maybe 3 to 4 times a day, 5 or 6, have a lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes. So when we look at these people, we're like, oh, you drink too much coffee, but hey, they have the lower risk of having type 2 diabetes. Not 100% no, however, it's believed that the antioxidants and the anti-inflammatory properties of photochemicals relating to or resulting from the chemical action of radiant energy and especially light found in coffee help control damage found in developing of type 2 diabetes. Tea, one of the most widely known consumed beverages. Tea leaves are rich in photochemicals, antioxidants, and caffeine. The amount of caffeine in a serving of tea is less than the amount in coffee. So some associated health benefits is lower risk of cardiovascular disease, disease risk of cancer, protects against neurodegenerative diseases. So the lower risk in cardiovascular diseases by reducing inflammation, decreasing the total cholesterol, which is just a steroid, alcohol presented in animal cells and body fluids, which regulates membrane fluids and functions as a precursor molecule in various metabolic pathways and as a continuant of LDL, which may cause arteriosclerosis. Green tea protects against cold and flu because it's loaded with antioxidants, polyphenols, and flavonoids that boost your immune system. It aids in maintaining a healthy heart by reducing heart disease, by blocking oxidation of LDL, which is your bad cholesterol, and it increases the HDL, which is your good cholesterol, and it improves the artery functions. So basically, it helps to lower your cholesterol levels and facilitate weight loss and promotes digestion. So basically, where the slide before talks about how the tea can, have you can have arterial sclerosis, which is hardening of the arteries. This slide says it helps, protect you. Green tea will protect you against it. Black tea. Black tea is fermented, which is a living organism as a yeast that causes fermentation by virtue of its enzymes. The leaves are more oxidized than oolongs, which is solar withering of tea leaves, followed by partial fermentation. Black tea helps boost your energy and lateness and protects against free radicals to improve your skin. So it's often found at Western cafes and restaurants. And again, it protects you against free radicals to improve your skin appearance. So we all want to have that beautiful skin, so that's why we should drink some black tea to help improve our skin. Cocoa. Cocoa contains several minerals: potassium, magnesium, phosphorus, and calcium. Cocoa is an indigenous to rainforests of Central and African America, where it utilizes as a beverage, food, and drug. The cocoa beverage was reversed for the use only by adult males, specifically priests, high government, etc., mainly the rich and not the poor. Cocoa contains several minerals, um, again, such as potassium, magnesium, phosphorus, and calcium. Other nutrients found in cocoa are fats and proteins, in addition to antioxidants, phytochemicals, and caffeine. Soft drinks. We all love soft drinks. Soft drink is a beverage that does not contain any alcohol. Soft drinks dates back to the medieval Middle East that were made of fruit juices and extracts of flower and herbs combined with sugar and water from a syrup that was later added to water, ice, or snow. Carbonated drinks are no longer unique products of pharmacists and no longer marked as health tonics. Soft drinks increase energy consumption and weight gain because of the sugar. So if you get that caffeinated drink and you're like, yeah, I got energy, but yeah, on the other hand, you got a lot of sugar. Or you can try to reduce that, having low consumption of calcium, protein, riboflavin, and fiber. It'll increase the type 2 diabetes just from one serving. But if you drink sweet beverages, that can happen. But if you try to drink beverages that the 0-calorie beverages, it can help you to lose the weight. Energy drinks. Energy drinks are non-alcoholic beverages containing energy-enhancing ingredients. Increase the risk of heart arrhythmias. The primary ingredients are sugar and caffeine. Energy drink causes nervousness, lightheadedness, and nausea. The level of caffeine found in most energy drinks are not suitable for children, and we know all our teenagers like to go and get an energy drink before school. And most teenagers they do this because they like to feel the jitteriness from the drink. They feel like, oh, I got a whole bunch of energy, so now I'm hyped up. But it's actually not healthy for them, and it's not suitable for children. Also, mixing energy drinks and alcohol can increase the risk of heart arrhythmias by the caffeine and the alcohol mixture. It can also have you to have experience of withdrawals by having headaches, mood swings, and trouble concentrating. Sports drinks. We all love sports drinks. I'm a fan of a sports drink, especially when I exercise. I love Gatorade. Sports drinks was invented by Dr. Robert Cade and a team of scientists at the University of Florida in 1965. It was designed to alleviate dehydration and muscle cramps, helps replace fluids and electrolytes, which is just the minerals that's lost due to the heat, either after playing in a game or exercising or just, being in the heat when the temperatures are in the hundreds, you're standing outside for a long period of time, then you just start to lose, you know, energy. So you're like, hey, I need something to put my electrolytes back into my body. The things to look for in sports drinks or 7% carbonated carbohydrates of glucose, sucrose, and fructose, which are all sugars. It's low in sodium and has no carbonation or no caffeine. Enhanced water makes you think you need water with added vitamins, minerals, amino acids, herbs, antioxidants, and fibers. Well, you should know that water soluble vitamins added to water will flush right out your body with the water. So you're not getting any vitamins in that vitamin water. Fat soluble vitamins are impossible to absorb without the presence of fat. Sugar, yet again, this sugar keeps coming up, is the only ingredient in vitamin water your body will use. Calories that are excess of what you need for energy, your body will use it to make fat. And you don't want your body to use sugar to be stored as fat. Alcohol. Alcohol is a clear, volatile liquid that burns easily and not a nutrient. Alcohol is a general term used to describe the organic compounds used to describe ethanol, methanol, and isopropanol. Alcohol is so flammable it can be used for fuel. Psychologically, alcohol is a sedative and central nervous system depressant, but most commonly ingested use alcohol is ethyl and ethanol, which is another abbreviation is for ethanol is ETOH. So you may see that sometimes when you're reading, but that's just ethanol, another form of alcohol. Absorption and metabolism of alcohol. Absorption and metabolism of alcohol. When alcohol is consumed, it passes down the esophagus through the stomach and into the small intestines. 20% of alcohol is absorbed in the stomach and about 80% in the small intestine. The alcohol that is absorbed from the small intestine passes into the portal vein and is transported directly into the liver. Then the alcohol is metabolized by enzymes. Nearly all alcohol ingested is metabolic in the liver, but a small amount remains unmetabolized, which can be measured in breaths, such as your lungs exhale about 5%, which can be detected by a breathalyzer. Kidney eliminates 5% of alcohol in the urine and is also eliminated through sweat, feces, breast milk, and saliva. Factors influencing absorption and metabolism is food, gender, and ethnicity. Factors influencing absorption and metabolism are foods which slow down the absorption of alcohol, depending on how quickly your stomach empty contents into the small intestines depends the rate the alcohol is absorbed quickly or slow. For as gender, men and women absorb alcohol differently. Women have less water in their bodies. The concentration of alcohol will be higher. Women absorb 30% more alcohol in her bloodstream than men. Ethnicity, Native Americans have higher rates of liver damage due to the alcohol consumptions than members of other ethnic groups. Effects of alcohol. So there are different effects of alcohol. Effects of alcohol is distributed quickly throughout the body and rapidly affects the central nervous system. Higher blood alcohol levels leads to increased loss of mental and physical control. Alcohol and medications can increase the effects of alcohol. More than 2 drinks a day for women and more than 4 drinks a day for men will activate an enzyme that changes over-the-counter meds such as Tylenol, which contains acetaminophen that can produce liver damage. Alcohol and hangovers consist of groups of ailments, including headaches, nausea, vomiting, sensitive to light, dry mouth, and irritability. Too much alcohol can cause you to be dehydrated. You can have headaches. You can become nausea. You can be sick. You can not want to be bothered with people. Impact of alcohol and nutrition. Um, it has additional calories. You can have weight gain and protein deficiency. Um, Impact of alcohol and nutrition: being a lighter drinker is good health and well nourished, then the alcohol consumption will have a little effect on your nutrition status. So if you drink a little, then it's okay. It'll just, you'll have less effects than it would on someone who has poor nutrition. Alcohol can add additional calories and unwanted weight gain. Protein deficiency can develop both from depression of protein synthesis in the cells and in the drinker who substitute alcohol for food from poor dieting. Health benefits of alcohol. Alcohol consumption will produce beneficial or adverse effects depends on the person's alcohol consumption, their age, and background for cardiovascular risk. Alcohol and cardiovascular health, which is the leading cause of death worldwide, protects the protective effect of alcohol is the result of increasing levels of high density lipoprotein. Alcohol inhibits blood from forming clots, reducing risk of death from heart attacks. The anti-clotting effect of moderate drinking reduces the risk of thrombotic or ischemia, which is a stroke, the blockage of blood vessels in the brain, but it increases the risk of hemorrhagic stroke, which is the rupture of the blood vessel within the brain. Health risk of alcohol. There are many different risks of alcohol in this chapter, such as accident, drug interaction, breast cancer, high blood pressure, stroke, gastrointestinal symptoms. Here are the ones that we will discuss. First, night blindness. Alcohol blocks formation of the retina, which a compound in the eye. This is a reasonable for vision in low light. Liver damage, alcoholic hepatitis, which is inflammation of the liver, and cirrhosis, which is scarring of the liver tissue that interferes with blood flowing and liver function, are the two consequences of heavy drinking. So if you're a heavy drinker, you're going to most likely have liver damage, have cirrhosis of the liver, or you can have pancreatitis if you consume too much alcohol. Weighing the pros and the cons of alcohol consumption. So there's the health benefits and then there's health risk. So the pros and cons of alcohol consumption has health benefits and health risk. Depending on the level of alcohol consumption, can be beneficial and it can be harmful at the same time. If you're not a drinker, then you're on the beneficial side. If you are a low risk drinker, then you can start to have hangovers and that can decrease longevity, because if you drink alcohol, it's going to eventually break down your body. You see some people, you're like, oh, they drink a lot and they look older than what they really are, so it makes you age. Medium drinking, you can experience low grades. If you're a college student or if you're anybody that's in school, your productivity is not the highest as it should be. What is alcohol abuse or alcoholism? Alcoholism is a dependency on alcohol characterized by craving, loss of control, physical dependence, and withdrawal symptoms. The use of alcohol is considered to be the ingestion of alcohol or other drugs without experiencing any negative consequences. So you can misuse of alcohol is when a person experiences a negative consequence from the use of alcohol and drugs. And abuse is consists of continued use of alcohol and drugs, spite of the negative, the consequences. For example, if you get a DUI, you think it's okay if they let you off, so you're gonna do what? You're gonna continue to do it again. Alcoholic Anonymous is also known as AA. It's just a fellowship group where men and women get together and share their experiences, their weakness, and their strength to try to get through what they have done. In summary, water, tea and coffee, low fat and skim milk and soy beverages, non calorically sweetened beverages, calorically beverages with some nutrients. Water is an abundant, refreshing, providing everything the body needs to replenish the fluids it loses. Water provides everything the body needs to restore fluids lost through metabolism, breathing, sweating, and the removal of waste. Tea and coffee are the two most common beverages brimming with antioxidants, flavonoids, and other biological active substances for good health. Milk is the key source of calcium and vitamin D. Both are good sources of protein and other essential micronutrients. Diet sodas and diet drinks are sweetened with calorie-free artificial sweeteners such as Equal, which are better choices. Sugar sweetened soft drinks may have contributed to weight gain. Fruit juices, sport drinks, vitamin enhanced water, and alcoholic beverages has its pluses and its minuses. Vitamins enhanced water are not good for anyone who take multivitamins. It's just adding vitamins to a sugary drink. While sports drinks have fewer calories, they offer a small amount of sodium, chloride, and potassium. Stay away from beverages with high fructose corn syrup or other high caloric sweeteners with few nutrients. Remember, half of your daily fluid should come from water. Here's my copy and fair use rights, the exclusive right to make copies, license, and other explicit illiteracy. And these have reference page 1 and reference page 2. Thank you.